Yeah, I almost feel like we were doing Scrub a little bit dirty there as well, because I'm pretty sure we all agreed Scrub was the MVP of the Spring Cup as well, and even when he's playing, maybe not as flashy as the others, but has that big impact performance. We are in game though, Yummy. It's been a hot minute since we've been here together, and this series could be over in a hot minute if the Pioneers play to form.
It will be an exciting one if Tsunari can stay close, because there's a lot on the line for a team that has power in the lower bracket. If Pioneers were to lose here with their core roster, they'd have to face up against Power some point in the lower bracket for the right to go to the major.
Yeah, that would probably be that lower bracket semifinal, which would be incredibly enticing. This is, of course, assuming Power does get that victory over Merge, but it'd be a safe assumption considering the forms that we saw earlier today.
It'll be exciting as well to see Tsunari if they have got the form in there. I'm just noticing the car that Hunter is in. He's rocking the van. I don't even know what it's called.
Wait, what is that?
It's sick. That's what it is. The greatest wheels as well. That's awesome.
You know what? That speaks volumes, though, to the confidence that I think the Pioneers could be feeling in this one, looking to be a bit more relaxed, have fun with this series. Got to be careful, though. Sometimes these teams can catch you off guard. As shot from Scrub goes a little wide.
Well, they also might know, or Hunter may know, that then he's not going to the major, because, as you heard in the interview, a little bit of a revelation, if they do qualify for the major with Tango, they will be going to the major with Tango for his first ever LAN.
So, as shot comes from Finn, will be saved. That makes me wonder, though. You were going to raise the funds to try and help Tango if they do make it through before we found that out. Does that mean you're just going to turn that and try to get Hunter there as well?
No, hell no. He's already been to LAN, and, it was a courtesy to see if, because Tango would have deserved it if he managed to get KCP after what felt like, for them, an impossibility, and that felt like an impossibility to not score.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised that one didn't get through. Paxi had the chance, but too many defenders in the way, so we stay scoreless briefly for now. Finn able to stop Banana Head on the play forward, but it's going to be a special moment for sure if the Pioneers can find a way to go to that Boston Major and be able to take Tango with them. I do wonder, maybe that would be the secret to find that success at that, next major event. Maybe Tango is what we need to get OCE back in the top 8.
I think at the minimum, if you have Tango there, you have the same effect that we had at that first event of this split, is that Banana Head would all of a sudden live up to his expectations, because he's even said it himself, he's never had a really good LAN performance. He's meant to be OCE's best player at LAN. Maybe it's London, he had the MVP performance for OCE, but outside of that, has been very disappointed with his own performance.
Yeah, and it's a bit of a shame as well. I mean, obviously, the online comments don't matter much, but it always feels like people...
It gets to you.
Yeah, it does, and it always has felt like the international community has been sleeping on Banana Head a bit, but that has come from those results. Would be great to give him that chance, but right now it's all Hunter straight down the middle, denied by Fades.
There's another chance here as Banana Head finds Scrub, but he's constantly blocked by this defense. You can see why Tsunari have been such a strong team. They've kept this game, and probably the best attack right now in OC at a 0. Oh, that's dangerous. Pagsy facing backwards. That was a massive mistake, and Banana Head capitalizes.
You talked about it before. Pagsy sometimes stays a little bit too far back. Granted, it was the only way to get the touch there, but was starting to press forward, perhaps a bit too prematurely. Awkward play. Great goal, though. Pioneers up by 1.
I feel like Pagsy never really backs himself. Another player would be like, okay, I'm going to get up to this ball. I'm going to get to it before it gets close to my net. Pagsy tried to just turn around to give himself the extra room. Maybe caught out by that pinch a little bit. Of course, that puts KCP now in a very solid spot, because they also have not really been conceding opportunities.
Defense looking a little shaky there at the moment, as well as defenders bumping into each other. Hunter going for premature squishies. Doesn't matter, though. Scrub has already cleared it past the midfield line, and Banana Head backs off to give Hunter some space to work with. Opts for the pass instead, and now the Banana pushes forward. Crossbar not in.
I'm surprised he went for the shot there. It was a difficult angle, but it almost ended up being the right play, because the defenders were also caught off guard. Scrub has been setting up the play. He's been really intercepting a lot of these touches before they happen. shutting down the chance for Tsunari. This is their best
What?
one right now. Finn had the double, but again blocked out.
Yeah, blocked out, and Fade's kind of getting away a little bit as well, unable to kind of break away from it. That was a lot of traffic there for Finn, and unfortunately, with 10 seconds left, that may have been the last chance for Tsunari. Pioneers, it was a controlled game, but it was controlled in their favor. Scrub gets one in with 1 second to go.
It could have at least waited for the 0-second mark, you know, just so the game was over. Now we have to watch another kickoff.
Yeah, save us, 20 seconds of time, right? Just gotta go chop into the next game.
We'll see, they might even keep it up, so it could be, technically, it could be unlimited amount of time. Instead, it's literally 1 second. Pioneers take game one. They're looking very solid overall, which is something we haven't really been able to say too much this weekend on one of the most nerve-wracking weekends of these guys' careers.
Yeah, but something about the Pioneers, again, they've had the ice so far, and they didn't look nervy at all, especially compared to what we saw from Ground Zero and Power in the couple series before this. And it's why the Pioneers are still probably the favorites in this event. It's why they are still looking like that team to beat.
It is odd, but also you can kind of understand, too, why they are playing kind of a lot less nervy than every other team. And that's because they'd already given up at the beginning of this split, knowing that Hunter was not able to play on Sundays. They thought, okay, well, you don't have a chance. Let's focus on Worlds. Won't worry about the major. And we've seen that time and time again. Teams that are not giving themselves a chance, that aren't really going in with expectations, tend to outperform the ones that are shaking in their boots and not getting enough sleep and are struggling at every step of the way.
Yeah, and I think, knowing that they already have Worlds under lock and key definitely is going to be doing them, even more favors, it feels like, in series like this. Because while Boston would be a nice journey and more international land experience for them, the main goal should always kind of be that World Championship. And when you're already there, they also, kind of like Tsunari, kind of playing with a little bit of house money at this stage.
It is a huge advantage for KCP. And I wonder if that's enough to, you might not say it, but overtake the... All right, guys, don't go too out there. Overtake the disadvantage of them bringing in a sub tomorrow. Is that confidence going to be key? And the way that Ground Zero are playing against Merge, I actually think that if they can keep playing like this, they can keep playing confidence, they can take another win.
I think they would be quite likely looking at the points, but it's only been one game, and there's still going to be chances for Tsunari to get back in it. They were shut out in the first game. I don't imagine that to stay, but they're going to have to do it from behind, or are they? Save made by Fades.
And Fades has sort of stepped up in that defensive mark as well, because I feel like he's always been really good mechanically. We've known that since he even entered the scene early on, and we watched some of his early gameplay and even saw him early on in ranks. But he's often looked a little lost as a very new player, similar to how Hunter was when he entered. And just the fact that they've been keeping goals low, they've been getting wins over Power is a good sign, and that's just a massive shot from Scrub.
I don't believe that was 75 kilometers per hour. That looked like it went so much faster. I think, yeah, little touches at the top, a bit unfortunate there. Scrub, a missile from downtown, gives the Pioneers the early lead.
It's one of those shots that looks like it might be savable just because it's coming off the crossbar, but no matter what happens, it's going to sink in before you can get that ball out. And this first goal for Scrub, another sign that they are in charge.
And nearly found a second one right there. Banana Head's dunk as well, just keeping the pressure. And it's kind of scary how fast the Pioneers are just moving from right behind that midfield line to immediately in the defensive space of Tsunari. They're so committed every time they start to press it forward, and it has really inhibited Tsunari's ability to create their own attacking opportunities to clearly kind of flip the pitch back in their favor. So if Tsunari is going to get opportunities, they're going to have to make sure they get them. They do finally get to the blue side backboard, but there's not much they can do when there.
Risky one from Finn, but I actually like that change-up. They've been spending a lot of this series and a lot of this game so far maybe just trying to set up positions, which has slowed down their attack an awful lot. You can see so much of the time is just spent with KCP waiting for them to take a shot.
And then, though, I mean, the Pioneers are going to look for the quick response. Banana Head and Hunter don't really connect. Scrub can't really clean it, and now Fades back the other way. Will get the ball to the backboard. Finn down and in. Tsunari get on the board.
The first one for Tsunari, and it was a great pass up. On top of that, Fades just managed to avoid all traffic. There was multiple players, one going for the bump, Banana Head getting back through the same line, and he was able to stay out of their way.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a fast counterattack after we saw the Pioneers commit 3 to their own play, and if that's going to be the answer, I go back to that point you just made, Yummy. Don't bother being too particular in your setups. Get fast, get efficient, and you can find your ways back into the series.
Efficiency will be key, especially if you can outpace Pioneers sometimes when they're stacking the net. You can be susceptible to just a quicker play. It's usually more the variation of speed as well. Slow play one time, fast the next, just to keep them on their toes. And speaking of slower plays, Banana Head goes for a slow first touch so he could follow up. Maybe a chance here in front of net, but Scrub gets taken out by his own teammate.
A little bit too chaotic too quickly, and now a chance to bring it back. Finn will find the dunk underneath, and the Giant Killer does it again.
This is strong signs for Finn, considering he is that player that every other one in the region, every other player in the region has huge respect. If he's confident, if he's scoring goals, then it can become very deadly.
And Finn is that player with the history, you know, of pulling off the upsets, right? Did it yesterday, did it a few times last year, and this would be a pretty big upset to go back-to-back, taking down Power and then the Pioneers. Still a long way to go, but it's a little bit surprising to not see Finn, you know, constantly up in these top 4s, top 3s, still there competing with the big 3, I suppose.
Just imagine if Tsunari were able to go all the way against all 3 teams. It would be the biggest run of all time, and that even includes, we had Kaka's Minions with Finn on that team last year do a very similar affair.
Yeah, it's the same event essentially. To really play spoiler to, unfortunately, our good friend CJ and co. But we'll see how it plays out as Banana Head brings it back the other way. The double is too clean.
He's managed to go end to end. His first touch was absolute perfection. Again, you could have gone for the faster touch, the shot, and that's what the defender was expecting. So being able to get a touch that he can follow up himself was powerful.
Am I wrong to say Banana Head has the best fake in the region?
I think you'd have to compete with Fever on that, funnily enough, but I think a player like Banana Head who can both slow it down and speed it up at the same time is always going to be good at faking, because you just don't know if he's going to go for that quick shot, or if he's going to go for a solo play, or if he is going to go for a fake.
Yeah, it just feels like to me like his fake percentage is probably because he attempts more of them than from what I've seen from Fever, but it feels like he gets at least one a series that just gets the defenders guessing. And now with the tie ball game, I mean, credit to Tsunari, they've kept this one a little bit closer than our last game, and maybe they have the goal here. Fades can't connect on the pass.
Might be a chance still though, as the players are circling around. Tsunari looking dangerous, have another opportunity as Fades fakes out Banana Head himself, and well, Hunter has done so much work to get it out.
Yeah, through traffic, gets demoed in the process, but at least alleviated some of the pressure, if only temporarily. Scrub, that's an awkward touch. 2 members from Tsunari commit, though, and without the follow-up with Banana Head slowing it down, everyone kind of breathes a sigh of relief. Nice reset, taking it across the middle. Can't get past Fades. Scrub is still there, and Pioneers, they don't push too hard. They wait for the mistake, but no one's there to punish.
A couple of big mistakes coming out. Neither team want to commit too many to a counter-offensive just yet. That should have been a goal, but Pagsy caught just creeping a little bit too far forward. Oh, man.
Finn was right behind with momentum, though. If they had let it roll, if Pagsy just let it ride, it would have been the goal. Instead, we could be going to overtime. Ball does drop, and we get extra minutes.
Opportunities for both teams now to have taken this game. You can see how important it would be for Tsunari, just like in the past series, to get an early game, to put some pressure onto that KCP mindset. Because if KCP go 2-0 up, they should be comfortable to play their best throughout the rest of the series.
Yeah, you would have to think it would be a, well, near fatal blow against the likes of Tsunari and Hunter. Had the first chance shut down by Pagsy. Scrub is there, forces Fades out of the box, but with no one to challenge in the corner, Tsunari again able to flip the map.
Fortunately, Fades missed that boost, so he couldn't follow up on such a good touch from Finn. Pagsy hanging back, goes for an early challenge. Love that to give Finn the extra easy save, force out the play coming from KCP.
Oh, this is good.
Getting another chance. Hunter avoids the bump but gets the save at the same time.
Oh my goodness, that was such a good effort from Hunter right there. Thought Finn had him. Instead, the defense from the Pioneers continues to be tested, but they're in a much more stable position now. Fades has to rotate all the way back. That's so much field possession loss, and Hunter slowing it down means no momentum for the clear back the other way. It's a bump from Pagsy, though, that opened up the middle of the pitch.
Clear is so important for KCP because they were drained completely of boost. And I think that's why they've been trying to slow take it out, just to give their teammates a bit more time to replenish their stocks. Here's another chance. The flick gets saved. Another one for Finn. Looking for the double off the backboard. Scrub gets a big half volley clear over to Banana Head. Looking for the touch.
Oh!
He gets it over the top, but it will hit the crossbar.
Very unfortunate. It doesn't go in, and now back the other way. Hunter was a little out of sorts. It's pretty much just reversed across the entirety of the pitch to try and clear it out. Fades makes one miss, but can't get it past Hunter.
You can see how important it is to stay in offense for a little bit of time for both these teams, because these counters have been the deadly part. And unfortunately for both of them, they haven't had the boost. Oh, Scrub! Almost not able to get that. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Banana Head diving back as well. Stops the follow-up from Pagsy, who's been staying so far forward throughout this overtime. Finn just straight over the top gives Tsunari the win.
The man, the myth, the legend, Finn. He's done it a year ago. He's looking to do it again with a hat trick in overtime.
He's the giant killer. I'm telling you, in these situations, if you want to take down a top-seeded team, just get Finn on your side. So good at applying these pressure. And Tsunari, I mean, they did what Merge could not. They've taken a game off one of the big three.
Done it, and Zena held it close in game one as well. So they're showing that they can do it in a clean fashion with a Finn performance that we've been looking for. And I think some of that credit over to Fades, who in the past may have reduced the confidence of Finn, may have played a little bit too much first man, a little bit too much ball chasey for Finn. But Fades, I feel like, has stepped up as an individual and as a team player more than anything else.
And I'm going to give Pagsy some credit as well. I like Pagsy a lot more when they are playing forward, when they are kind of more in that tango position, which we saw a bit of in that overtime, going for the challenging bumps, going for the forward challenges and 50s. I mean, that was a good look from Tsunari. Obviously, Finn got the hat trick, strong performance from them, but it's now the Pioneers who are going to be the team that's going to have to make those adjustments.
Loving the face cams from Tsunari as well, how excited they are, how happy they are. It must be good spirits coming out from them, and understandably so, after winning this game against one of their top competition, after winning yesterday against Power. They're trying to be the biggest spoilers in OCE right now.
Yeah, they could really go on that tear. And I mean, obviously, you know, thinking a little bit far ahead, but you did bring attention to before that scenario where they just go through and they beat all three of the teams, you know, Power, Pioneers, and Ground Zero. That would be a story to remember, but I can't help but feel a couple years ago when, you know, what kind of became this Pioneers lineup, just, you know, you throw Super Lucky on it, they started getting, you know, those finals appearances, and this young team became one of the best teams of the future. I always look for that in these last few spring regionals.
Never seen Finn smile as much in my entire life. And, you know, normally you look at Finn, you're like, yeah, that's awesome to see him happy and whatnot. If you're looking for Pioneers, you don't want to see that. Banana Head, though, he's really turned this around at the start.
Yeah, that's a good way to wipe some smiles off faces right there. A shot straight down the center, and from that angle as well to hit that speed, that is a little bit disgusting, unfortunately, for Tsunari there. Pioneers off to a hot start.
Another interesting fact here is that if we do see Tsunari take down KCP and they go to the lower bracket, then Ground Zero will have secured the major because by guarantee they will be ahead of both, or one of Power and KCP, who would both be in the lower bracket.
Yeah, so Ground Zero perhaps now, you know, watching on with a bit more of that invested interest. Granted, it's only been one game, and they're already behind here in the third, so a lot of work to be done from Tsunari, and I don't think Pioneers are the type of team that's going to roll over just because one game didn't go their way. In fact, they're looking good again right now. Banana Head wanted to pass it back, wound up losing control, and that's going to be a lucky break for Tsunari.
I actually believe that having Tango on their team last split and kind of forcing Banana Head to take an active role, and for having Scrub have such an active role over the event, was literally the best thing that could have ever happened to KCP, because for a long time, Banana Head does not look like a great player, and realistically, with the mechanics that he has, with the skill set that he has, he could even be the best player in OCE and overseas, but he hasn't lived up to that while Hunter's been on the team. Now he's got that confidence. Now he knows that he'll still do it.
Yeah, and again, it really felt like we saw the Pioneers of old return, sort of that last regional during the Spring Cup, and it was the Pioneers that I think a lot of people have been wanting to see again. Finn's shot saved by Scrub. That said, though, I mean, Tsunari, I know they're down in this game, but they've been doing a really good job at kind of keeping Banana Head and Hunter down and not having this like amazing pop-off performance.
I also like that they're not really looking panicky, they're not rushing anything, they're not trying to go too aggressive. So I think they're comfortable, they're confident knowing that they still have 3 minutes here. His pass plays have been good, but looked like Pagsy didn't have the boost.
They've been looking composed, that is for certain, which is kind of surprising because a lot of the bubble teams do panic, and now that composure might pay off. Fades double touches in.
Oh, he's not faded out of our view. That's a massive double from Fades. Took that high, massive angle across. 2 defenders in net can't get to it.
Oh, that was so clean. And again, like we were talking about, it's a composed team. The pass plays, strong fundamentals. They'll get their opportunities and able to capitalize on it. Demo off the kickoff. Fades might have a chance for another here. Can't get it past Scrub.
This is going to be interesting how the rest of this game goes. As we've said throughout this weekend, up against those top teams, put a little bit of pressure on them. Just make sure you're at least keeping the games close and that you get an early game. And you will force them to feel the nerves, to panic just a little bit more, and that is your road in, and that's what Tsunari have been able to do here.
I do like how Banana Head, though, is putting some more pressure, though, on their own shoulders. That setup through the corner nearly found its way through, and in tight situations, I know Hunter's been popping off lately, but Banana Head still is the player that you look for to start to drive that momentum back. Wasn't able to get it on that instance. We'll get another chance soon, though. You'd have to think. Could be right here. Banana Head shot. Now there's too many defenders back for the save.
Really good comms coming out from Tsunari there, out of defense. You could have seen Fades go left to right. Once again, takes the team play, communicates well, because Pagsy coming right to left allows him to get the clear and the pass across to Finn at the same time. Get them out of danger for just a little bit more.
Scrub's been doing a really good job, too, at like finding those clearing opportunities. Has been hitting it again and again and again, but I mean, Tsunari, they like the setup. They like, you know, having that little bit of time to find those passes, and maybe they'll get another one here. Pagsy drew some pressure, but Finn and Fades had already rotated all the way back to their side of the pitch.
See them taking every opportunity, KCP, to hold forward. Scrub is sitting in support. He's waiting for a pass across. He waits for Hunter as well. This is why Scrub's so dangerous. He's always so controlling of the pitch. Gets the pass across. Chance again for Scrub. Is that one? Is ricocheting off and commits multiple members of Tsunari. Another chance for Scrub to get in the action.
Yeah, Scrub puts it up, but Banana Head didn't want to commit for it, so Scrub's going to have to do it again. However, Finn, by letting it ride, may have made the mistake. Banana Head's touch a little bit too tight. Hunter now with a chance, shut down by Fades, who does get Finn, and Tsunari gets out of an extended defensive play.
Not only that, but if Finn could have followed up, he may have set up the goal because he'd beaten 2 players in the midfield. This is where that fight could actually win you the series, win you the game at least. A midfield battle getting down to the other end. Scrub is that player at the other end who's able to take out members and play it very safe. So one last chance here for KCP, or will we go to an OT?
Or will we find a way to flip the pitch? Because here comes Tsunari. Banana Head denies it, and we go once again, second overtime of this series.
Gotta be nerve-wracking, especially knowing that Finn has brought out the heroics in the last one, but you can also see how informed Banana Head could be. Maybe he's the one to take out the overtime.
Maybe he is, but I'm still waiting for Hunter to kind of show us, some of the reasons why this player's been so special. I mean, we have the fun car right now, but can we see some of that fun gameplay in this overtime scrub? Oh, lets it ride. Maybe thought Banana Head was closer. Maybe I'm being generous. Either way, Tsunari now has a chance for the attack.
It's more that he tried to get back and around the ball by rotating his car right-hand side to get further, allows him to actually get some power on that shot, but also makes it a little bit more difficult to execute. Still, you'd expect Scrub to be hitting that every day of the week, and that just might be a little sign of nerves in the overtime. And it doesn't matter what situation is. Anytime you're in the overtime, you got to be nervous.
Especially when Fades is getting chances like this. I mean, we've already seen that one double, almost got something underneath. However, Banana Head stayed cheated forward, post and out. Oh, that could have been it, Pioneers. Still have to keep hunting. Yeah, Banana Head outside the box, but Finn won't let it get there.
They made a risky play too. There was almost a chance for Tsunari to dunk, and if they did, they would have taken out all the members and opened up the net. Could have been that play right there that decided it for both teams, to be honest. Instead, it's going to be Hunter slowing it down, finally maybe stepping up to that plate that we've been looking for, but he took it too wide, and Fades will get it out.
Yeah, pretty easy clear for Tsunari, and they're sending everyone forward now off the backboard. Bagsy's there, gets the double commit, but couldn't find the goal.
It did so much, but fortunately not enough to break a defense that is as good as KCP at making goal line saves. Even still, it's a tough road. Banana Head looks for the double, almost dunks out Pagsy. They just managed to hold on. Scrub with the follow-up, doesn't have support in the middle, has to go alone, and will get cleared out by Finn.
Banana Head's approach, you never know when that trigger is going to be pulled. Such patience defense from Tsunari. And now they're going to have to do it all over again. Scrub down to Hunter, intercepted from Pagsy. Deep clear, Banana Head's alone on defense. Does make that save. Hunter there to follow it through as Fades doesn't get the challenge in the corner. And back and forth we go again.
Impressive clear as well out from Banana Head, who, well, the 50 was very dangerous with a player from Tsunari behind it. Had that net potentially open. Hunter will have to get a high clear this time, and it's actually a pass back to himself to get it all out of dodge.
Yeah, but they can only get the ball to the corner where Tsunari has done a good job in jamming it so far through this series. As Fades now has Finn across the middle, put the ball too far forward.
Yeah, a little bit halfway between a shot and a pass, and that's not going to be good enough. Pass was especially a good option. Fades is going for the bump. Scrub has to do a lot. Scrub can't do a lot. Finn once again finds top bins.
Banana Head was in the process of rotating back though, but I think he thought Scrub had it, and I mean, Fades didn't really make contact. It was a little bit awkward, and Finn just too accurate in these situations. Tsunari now up in this series.
We're going to have to change the name to Top Fins because he's been hitting it every single time in both overtimes as well. And what a massive performance from Tsunari. They set themselves up not through massive attacks and aggressive plays throughout the series, but by keeping Pioneers constantly in the defense where they're most likely to make a mistake.
And again, not to sound broken record here, but it's just the composure from Tsunari, even in the overtime. No breakdowns in communication, no breakdowns in rotations. It was obviously clear comms. This team has that ice about them to be the upset makers, and when Finn is just downing those top end shots, when Fades showing off some of the mechanics that made them one of the more hype rookies, yeah, Tsunari, they're in this with a chance now.
I mean, they've been in with a chance all the way from game one. They've never looked down or out, especially on the defensive end. They've been cleaning it up, and man, they're so happy. I mean, that's honestly what we're looking for. If you want to be a strong team mentally, you need to be having fun, and a lot of the times it's easy to forget, or too easy to forget, when the nerves are just that high, that you need to be having fun in order to play well.
Yeah, and I mean, it is great to see, and I'm curious to see how far they can keep the good vibes rolling. I'm also curious when Hunter is going to go back to that form that we've seen them hit before, because again, it's not necessarily that I feel like Pioneers are playing poorly, but we haven't seen those special plays, those special moments yet out of Hunter, which really elevated them during that Spring Cup. So we'll see what happens. Feels must win for the Pioneers.
I mean, this is why you don't play non-conventional cars, because it doesn't matter if they're just as strong as any other car, if they're the octane hitbox, just like anything else. If things do go poorly, your teammates are going to go, why did you play in that car? If you just played in the Fennec, you would have been the sickest player in the world.
I don't know. I haven't seen scrims. Maybe it was the players who were forcing it on Hunter after some 6 scrim results. I can only speculate there, but I do have to agree. It's a little bit bizarre to see Hunter still sticking with it. Maybe if it goes into match point, we'll see them mix it up, but early days in game number 4, and it's all been Tsunari on the attack.
Yeah, Banana had already changed his car. I think he was in Octane, and then he went to Fennec after game 2. So, you know, there's that potential to make those changes. It's going to have to be on the pitch. The changes come out for KCP. They've neither been threatening nor strong enough in defense to hold off a consistent level of attack from Tsunari.
Oh.
This is a good chance, but Banana Head just a little too far behind the ball.
They had too far behind it. The defense barely in front of it. And Pagsy with that challenge actually just beat 2 defenders. Hunter in a little bit of an awkward spot as well. The musty forward, not quite fast enough. Defense recovers yet again, though. It's Tsunari. They're the team on the attack. They're the team on the hunt. And it's so unusual to see the Pioneers playing from behind in this type of match.
And we just saw there Finn go for the double flip reset, which is an interesting juxtaposition because Hunter last split was that player that brought out the double flip reset goal that really put himself on the map and showed how he could perform in RLCS, and Finn's the one doing it to him now.
Yes, Finn, he was expecting the pre-jump, didn't quite get it out of Hunter. Appreciate the attempt, though, and again, even though Scrub is cheating deep, even though Scrub is stealing boost, it's still been so easy for Tsunari to keep on the attack. There's the bump, there's the goal, Finn again, making it 1-0.
And of all the teams, maybe not rotating well enough to be able to get a double bump like this, it is going to be Tsunari showing how much they've leveled up from the rest of the split, with Fades just coming in at the beginning to now where they look really in sync.
And this is getting more and more dire, you'd have to think, for the Pioneers right now. They need this game. They don't want to be in a position to have to win 3 in a row against, you know, a Tsunari side that is looking up there with the best of them. Fades now through the corner. It's a good pass to the middle, but no one home to collect.
Now KCP in that 1-goal deficit, and we will finally get to see maybe KCP push hard in that front half, and maybe even a good position for them to be in for the rest of the series if they can bring it back, because they've played with the lead, they've played on a tied game, they've never really been forced to go on the attack, and what a massive save! Scrub just managing to keep them in.
Oh, it was still so close. FaZe nearly recovered that for the goal, but again, the Pioneers under a fair bit of pressure. Finn intercepting passes. Hunter still able to get there first, but all they can do is throw it straight into the defense. And while these saves were nice, it doesn't mean anything if they can't get that goal.
Only 3 shots so far for the Pioneers, up against the 7 coming out from Tsunari, and Finn is in the position to go for a bump. Instead, he passes it into center. Awkward right now, but Scrub has been solid as a rock back there.
Yeah, Scrub able to make that save. Fades just couldn't get that power from the stagnant position. Now back up the other way. Fade stays with it to keep it away from Banana Head. Great heads-up play on defense.
It's like he had infinite boost. He was rushing back just to try and make the save. Was able to air dribble it back past 2 players as well who were threatening. And you can see KCP are now starting to get desperate for their goal. They're sending a lot more players forward.
Oh boy. And that's going to be in, just an easy pass and shot. Hunter can't make the read. 2-0 in favor of Tsunari. Yummy. They're going to possibly get to match point.
They're a minute and 26 away from that match point, from taking down both Power and KCP and gifting Ground Zero the major.
Yeah, this is actually quite insane. Ground Zero, again, their best chance to get to Worlds as well is through that major. They could do it as well should Power, you know, drop in that lower bracket now. This is getting absolutely crazy. I mean, Pioneers, we got to see more from them, and these solo plays straight down the middle, it's not it.
There's possibly some extra pressure here for KCP too, because they know that if they go down to the lower bracket, they don't verse Power today when Power looks rough. They verse Power tomorrow when they have a sub and Power may be back in form.
It would be, I mean, if you're Power, you're kind of hoping for it though, because you would love to kind of maybe get that chance against, you know, the sub, I suppose, earlier. But I almost was thinking, you know, if we see Tsunari win this, Power would almost rather play the Pioneers today as well. Granted, there'd still be a whole nother game, and there's still 30 seconds left in this one, but I'm not seeing the Pioneers with any offensive chances.
They're not getting any. They've got one more shot since I last said they had 3. They're up to 4 now. They do get another one on the board, but there's no follow-up and there's no goal.
Not this time, at least. Finn playing keep away, 10 seconds to go. Tsunari, they're going to hold on to this one. Fades down the middle, just killing time more so than anything else. Clock hit 0. Doesn't matter what happens here. The result's the same. Tsunari with 3 chances now to go to a winner's final.
3 chances, no real pressure on them either. They have this series in their pocket, and you'd have to argue that if they don't win, then they'll have thrown it away. Pioneers, though, are a team that can fight back strong, that could come out of nowhere and go to that next level, that could have Hunter all of a sudden fire up as well. But for now, they're looking completely flat because Tsunari are shutting down everything they're trying to do.
It feels like I don't want to say a free fall because it hasn't been fast. It's been more like quicksand, where everything they try to get out just has them sinking that little bit deeper and that little bit more of a struggle. Because again, it's not as if I feel the Pioneers have been playing poorly. It's just Tsunari has been one step ahead consistently, and 3 chances to do it, Yummy. I mean, I know the Pioneers are good. We've seen how good they can be, but it's such a tough ask against any teams right now, especially one as hot as this Tsunari side.
It is certainly doable because they did it with their sub up against Ground Zero in the upper bracket final last week. They figured out, okay, this is what's going wrong. Let's turn it around. Played exceptionally well after that. But this is with Hunter, and this is with Hunter not playing up to his full standard, not with Banana Head's not playing as well as he did last event, and even Scrub last event was having a massive goal-scoring performance. And I have felt that Scrub's been good. He's always good. He's consistently good, but maybe could be doing a little more as well.
I also want to see more from Hunter as well. Here we go, though. Game number 5, and again, Tsunari not playing just for themselves, but as you mentioned before, Ground Zero could be getting their tickets to Boston with a win here. It's kind of crazy to see this situation unfold. Banana Head has a chance to find Hunter, though. Crosses up the defense. Finn diving back. Makes a delicate touch not to throw it into Scrub, and that was the touch needed for the cleaner save.
There's so many of these plays being made by KCP are right in front of the net, in an area that, well, you know, Tsunari don't have to jump very far to get to. It's actually a lot safer than it looks.
Yeah, it is. It's the slow tempo, a big reason for that, because it feels like every time the pace gets slowed down, Tsunari actually does a little bit better than the Pioneers.
Fades is this player who's really stepped up for Tsunari, and obviously had to be the player to step up for them because they were successful with Tango. They got the upsets with Tango last event, so it was this difference here, Fade's difference coming in this split after Tango, funnily enough, retired, came back and won an event as a core member of the KCP roster last week.
Scrub double through the corner, set it up, downs it as well, and well, no sub required here, Yummy. Scrub just looking clean, and it's a 1-0 lead.
It's exactly what we called for. Scrub stepping up to the plate, really nice first touch. He's always in those positions to beat out players, and in that case, got it into an area where he could score from.
Yeah, and it's been a while since we've seen the Pioneers with the lead, but now Fades in the 1v1, tried to fake it for the bump. Couldn't quite make contact with Scrub. A bit unfortunate for Tsunari, especially with the Pioneers putting the pressure again right on him.
Fades might be going for another bump here. Scrub goes up early to avoid, gets demoed by the edge dribble instead. It's not on target. Finn off the post again. Surely Fades. Oh my God. Scrub's made the save. Will it go in? It's on the line. Somebody put it in.
They can't do it. The saves when required. The post coming through at key moments, and I don't know how Tsunari does it down it there. Somehow, someway, the Pioneers keep their lead.
That may have been their chance to clinch out the series with a dominant display, forcing all those nerves right in front of the net. There's no more panic than having to save 5 times in a row to see it go off your crossbar 5 in a row, and it just wouldn't find the back of the net.
Oh, Oh, so many chances, but you know what? That could be the spark that the Pioneers need to begin their comeback, although it doesn't look like Tsunari's given up just yet. Still looking for bumps. Finn can't quite get in the way of Hunter. Pagsy slows down Scrub, yet Fades may have gone too far forward. Finn still able to clean it up. Here comes Pagsy. Can't get it past Scrub, but Fades is there. Slow plays it when they had a chance for the shot.
It was going to be a tough shot as well. I could understand going for the slow play in that situation, but it was costly. Pagsy missed early on there. Banana Head with a miss. Finn going for it by himself. The demo right in front. Surely that goes in. Pagsy panicked a little bit, but he finally finds that net.
He had the time to slow it down, aim the shot. It's like, you know, you're putting in the PGA. Just line it up, man.
You could see going through his mind, time slowed down. It felt like years right there, and all he was seeing was every single one of those posts and crossbars in that last minute that happened.
Yeah, you don't think of all the ways you can make the shot, all the ways you can miss it, and well, was able to hit that one, so we've got the tie game. Just under 2 minutes left. Pagsy actually has a chance here. No! He somehow taps it 3 times and hits the crossbar all 3.
Oh my God, Pagsy, please just hit it towards the net. That's another opportunity for them to have won the series. But you can see exactly why they're being successful. The demos are immaculate right now. They're so aggressive at the moment, Tsunari.
That final hurdle, though, it's always the toughest, Yummy, and it does seem like the nerves are finally getting to this lower-seeded team. Pagsy had their chances now. Well, they're still going to find a way to try to bring it back the other way, and I mean, let's not forget, Tsunari just played attacks for so long. How does that pass not connect?
There was a bump. He bumped him right before he could connect with the pass, and these demos and bumps coming out from Tsunari have been winning them the game and the series. But now it's a 3v1 attack. Another bump, though, prevents the pass play from even being an option.
And we go straight back to the blue side of the pitch where Finn, looking to play setup, actually leaves it for Banana Head. Fades and Pagsy rotating back. Pagsy up for the challenge, steals it away, but Hunter's underneath. Doesn't matter. Finn gets demoed, but gets the clear.
Scrub's liking to use the wall for a pass to himself, and maybe that's part of the reason that things have been going badly, because Tsunari have been demoing, they've been preventing the passes, and there we go, the double block comes out from Fades.
Oh, and Hunter just isn't able to put it through. Half a minute to go.
Nervous.
Next goal takes this game, and if it comes from Tsunari, ground zero is going to Boston.
Oh, Pagsy almost beat him out there, but you can see how far back Tsunari have been playing. They've been a little scared to go for the challenge now, knowing that they could win it with this next goal. That 10 seconds left means whoever gets the next one will win the series or the game.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy right now what is on the line, and why not go to another overtime, Yummy? We've done it a few times already. Let's go to extra minutes.
Finn's been the overtime goat so far. Pagsy may be known as Pagoat, but it has been Finn that's had the ice in his veins.
Scrub's going to put it up for themselves right now, but really no one to keep it down to them. Banana Head is waiting patiently underneath, but is not going to get that chance. Now Finn, the one pressing forward, goes for the reset to get to the backboard. Couldn't quite connect. So it will be a pass back to Pagsy to play setup. Just a light touch towards the goal. Pioneers were starting to spread out. Now they kind of come together. Scrub and Banana Head can't get it through the corner.
Oh, Fades, does he have the boost? He's got the win. There's an opening. Scrub was back to shut it down, but even still, look at these bumps. Finn coming in. Banana Head stops him from clinching a third.
Big recovery, but now Banana Head gets bumped off the play just in time for Fades to try and find the clear. Scrub gets there before Finn, and again, it's Pagsy through that corner. Just trying to find that space. Both teams now trying to get more physical. Both teams getting these bump plays, trying to make the difference. Fades alone on the push forward, just drops it off to Scrub.
As the flip reset, uses it to fake, but Finn is not going to take any of that. Knows how to play those 1v1 situations as one of the best 1v1 players in the region. Minute into overtime, ground zero also going to be nervous, knowing that they could be one goal away from this major.
Oh, Pagsy has to put this in a dangerous spot. Scrub is there, but again, the defense finds a way to make the save. Now Banana Head will try to salvage the situation, but Fades has been so elusive defensively, keeps the ball away, flips the map again. Finn's going for challenges. Fades is underneath, but couldn't get a powerful shot.
Banana Head's really been opting for these long field air dribble chip and chases, and none of them have been successful at some point. He has to change the strategy. Fades is awkward, but Banana Head is not on the right side of the pitch to capitalize on it.
We've seen Banana Head get those, I feel like, so many times, and now Pagsy back up the other way, has fades. Couldn't quite get the dunk they needed. Finn still playing patiently back. Banana Head will lead the charge, has Scrub in the middle. Fades and Finn go for the pinch. The save goes to Fades, and we're back on the blue side.
The challenges out of defense have been strong. Pagsy, though, turned around backwards, but there was no one to challenge.
Good pass!
Finn goes high. This is the one time he doesn't hit top Finns.
Oh, well, maybe he'll get another chance for now, though. Again, the defense from Tsunari, they're so quick at flipping the map, and Banana Head challenged by Finn, has Scrub underneath, but now here comes Fades. Can't make the touch. It's all on Pagsy to make the touch here. Hunter gets behind him, backboard. Finn underneath, plays keep away momentarily. Banana Head doesn't get it to Scrub, and again is Pagsy with a chance. Pagsy looking for the double, down and in! Ground Zero's going to Boston!
They have done it for Ground Zero. Tsunari take out Power. They take out KCP and send Ground Zero overseas.
And Yami, I take it all back. He is the Pack Goat. He comes up huge in the overtime to push Tsunari over the edge. A guaranteed top 3, a guaranteed lower bracket showdown between the Pioneers and Power to see who goes to Boston. This entire region has just been flipped on its head.
By one team and, well, maybe a few names now. I love that Fades is fully in the conversation as a player who not just has the mechanics and the potential, but a player who knows how to take control of a series. Of Tsunari, who have brought a new style, constantly applying pressure to these nervy teams that have a lot on the line, constantly challenging, constantly demoing, constantly bumping, and constantly keeping Pioneers out of attack.
It was such an impressive display, and that overtime really highlighted all of those virtues that you just hit right now. And again, Finn is the giant killer. Like, I was saying it before kind of as a joke, but this is the second year in a row, Yummy, he's done this.
Well, the funny thing is Kaka over on Ground Zero joined him for it last season, and now he is one of those giants. But congratulations to Ground Zero for heading to Boston. There's one more team to find out. That's going to go down in the lower bracket where we're going to be moving to after this break.